Boy, oh boy, do I have a replay and a half for you guys today. We are back once again with some more Rise of Mordor Total War, and this time we are on this awesome Gondorian desert outpost map, which is just going to make for such a goddamn exciting engagement as the forces of Sauron get closer and closer to besieging this settlement and bringing their evil ways to more of the Harad desert. So yes, this is going to be one hell of a battle, and as you can see, this is 71 minutes long, so already I can tell that we are going to just have an explosive battle, fighting on every single side, the defenders not giving up a single inch of this fortress undefended, which I'm really looking forward to seeing. So I will make sure to cut out all the boring bits in this replay if it does get a bit long, but I'm sure they will just be full on excitement throughout the entire thing. So make sure you sit down, make sure, as Apollo would say, get your snacks ready, and we will get into this battle. So attacking, we have an army of Uruk-hai along with some Eastlings. These are both, I think both the attacking players are using the work in progress armies, so they can bring a whole range of evil units from Mordor to Isengard to the Eastlings to Harad. So this is literally a kind of commonwealth of evil factions all ready to fight and die in this battle. We know some of the artillery being picked away this early on. Oh, there you go, you can see them making breaches and stuff, which is great to see. And the trebuchets. So yes, this is also an evil map as well. We'll let the city get bombarded whilst we talk about this. But yeah, this is a custom map. I want to give a massive shout out to Lolwat, the creator of the map. He also played in this battle as well, and hopefully he continues to make maps with the Gondorian architecture, because this is really, really awesome. I love the way the city is set up, and it goes ahead and gives access to a lot of really, really cool positions, because you have archers, overlooks right here to defend the outer walls, and just really, really interesting defenses for the defenders to really hold. But it's also not impossible for the attackers to make their way into the city, because we have like these open, destroyed, derelict walls over to the left where maybe Gondor couldn't repair this quick enough or something along them lines. I just think that was kind of cool, the way that the city is set up. And there's loads of like mini streets and stuff where the attackers can kind of come through and break their way through. I'm not sure if this is destroyable or not, maybe this is impassable, but it would be cool to see all these streets opened up, etc. So defending the city is going to be the Gondorians. They're going to have 2 full stacks, and they are heavily outnumbered though. As we can see, they have 7,000 soldiers, whereas the attackers have over 1,100, and they're going to be mainly making up their forces, kind of a main force right here, attacking kind of the inner layers of the city itself. Then we have the other main assault, which is going to be over on this right-hand side, with these siege towers being brought up to the wall. And then we have kind of these side assaults, one going off into here, which is going to attack this open breach. And then we're going to have another assault over on this left-hand side, which is going to try and support the main assault. And which is really interesting, because say if these guys break through this assault right here on the walls, then they can easily go ahead and push around and actually, make the other breaches a little bit easier to take. So yeah, as I said, it'll be very, very curious to see when the defenders decide they have to start falling back, because they just simply can't hold both of these positions all at once. It'd also be really, really good. I'm not sure if the attackers will do it, but it'd be really, really good if the attackers, broke down some of these back walls as well, because at the moment, there's a pretty thin breach set up right here. But here we go. The first siege tower is getting brought up to the wall, and the battle is about to begin. So let's get this one started. The Gondorians are forming up on the wall. Prepare to hold, boys. We are the last stand before the forces of evil break their way into Gondorian territory. Do not let them pass. We even have the archers as well moving up, trying to form up, more Gondorians being thrown up onto the wall. And this is the really cool as well, I don't know if I mentioned this, this is the Gondorian architecture they've created for the Rise of Mordor mod, which is really awesome. Seeing more stuff like this would be absolutely spectacular. So hopefully we still see, more models and, Isengard architecture and Rohan architecture, and more of that being brought in, because it really does make you feel like you're playing in a Middle-earth universe rather than just an Attila city with, with Rise of Mordor units. It really does add a lot. So the first units off are going to be the Easterlings. They're going to be charging up against the Gondorians, looking to fight one another. And with the breaches as well, it's going to be interesting to see what the forces of evil do against these breaches. Are they going to really commit to them or what? And you're already starting to see, some of these Eastling soldiers making up basically unattacked. And they're going to be making their way around here and trying to hit these archers. Oh, we have some militia up here. But yeah, hitting these archers, again, who have such a perfect cross view over right now, can really start hammering back. And the artillery is coming in as well. Are we close to seeing any more breaches in the wall? Yeah, this corner piece of the wall could go down, and that would aid them quite nicely. I also like how they have their spearmen in front of the Gondorian gate there. Really nice looking gate, really, really good. I love that right there, the Gondorian tree split in half by the gate. That's very cool. Over on the other side as well, the siege towers are getting closer and closer. Kind of curious to see what this unit's doing. I'll probably wait for this tower to go down and then rushing forward by the artillery. So yeah, and an all-out assault on this Gondorian fortress. This is going to be so much fun. We're even getting a bit of a skirmisher line being brought up here by the Isengard troops. They're going to be getting just demolished though by the Gondorian archers on the wall. I really don't see them really putting up much of a fight. But, you know, maybe they're just here to protect the equipment. The Gondorians, though, unleashing hell. Give them a volley, boys. Send them back to the dark abyss whence they came. It's like so goddamn awesome. Really, really good volleys going off on them. Then if we go on the other side again, any infantry coming through a breach? Okay, so we actually have a unit of infantry now making its way down here, ready to go through a breach. And as I said, destroying that second wall would be pretty big. If they could get their artillery in on that back wall right there, it would open up a really nice breach point for their next assault. But here we go. The next infantry going to be going in, and what they're going to be meeting, some Gondorian sword infantry. Not a bad unit to defend this. I think they're having a little bit of trouble forming up, but hopefully they will. These are kind of a few of the problems of the custom maps, that you get like really poor pathfinding, but hopefully they'll sort themselves out and it'll be absolutely fine. Yeah, it looks like they're sorting themselves out now, which is good. And they'll be across there. And there we go, another big breach point right here. This is huge because, oh, I also killed a bunch of infantry as well. That's so important. But yeah, this breach point will allow a lot of men to get through. These archers, if they're not shooting, they should be. They'll be having a field day right now, shooting down on these guys. I don't really know why they're not hammering away at this. Maybe they're just saving their ammunition for the later parts of the battle. Because as you can see, this is obviously a very, very long one. But this just seems like the perfect position right now, right? Just to fire down archers, you know, archer arrows down on these guys, to demolish them. We've also got a bit of fighting in the streets already, as it looks like this right wall is semi-undefended, and the berserkers are the ones coming up, but again, they're being slaughtered by the archers who are overlooking this position right now. I really, really love this map as well. It's very, very cool. You know, some stuff that would be nice. I mean, this is more of a fortress, but what would be nice is seeing like farming fields, you know, maybe out here or, you know, around, you know, maybe like irrigation and stuff to make you believe. Because right now it's like, where do these guys get their food from? It looks like quite a big settlement, so obviously it's a garrison post, and maybe they just get, you know, supplies coming in by sea or something. You know, maybe they sail down this river and then they resupply the fortress and stuff. You know, we do have boats here, so maybe this is what it could be actually. Maybe these are supply boats, and then they'll go off and you know, resupply and bring food here. But in these fortresses, it's always good seeing stuff like that, because you really get a feel of like, oh, this is an actual city. You know, they do have to worry about food and surviving. You know, at the end of the day, this is a siege as well, so seeing stuff like that really kick off is always cool. You know, it's just small details like that which really make these maps come alive. So the Uruk-hai are already down. Like, I feel like the attackers have kind of taken these outer walls very effectively, especially as the Uruks come across here and again attack the axemen on the walls themselves. There can only be one. The towers are also up here as well. The goddamn, I can't believe this is a problem, I believe, in Warhammer as well, which has just been a problem since goddamn Rome 1. That the gates just randomly open if you've got like a unit of infantry up here. It's just so annoying. Like, I really should need to fix stuff like that. I hope Three Kingdoms do not have them issues, because that would just suck so much if it did. But anyway, so there's actually managed to get some Gondorian archers caught on these walls defending it. And as you can see, the Easterlings over there as well are just running down. Some more axemen are coming up to meet them, but yeah, it looks like the evil factions are having a fairly easy time of taking these walls. The Gondorians are putting up some resistance, but not as much as I thought we would see. Especially over here as well, you're getting more and more infantry being thrown up. I feel like the main plan for the Gondorians was just to shell the attackers as they came closer from all these different like positions. However, they kind of struggled in doing that. Oh, there you go, I got some javelins up there. All these javies are going to hurt big time down there. Yeah, already slaughtering these guys. This is a good strategy as well. If they're doing what I think they're doing, this is actually a really smart idea, because they're going to charge a small part of the Gondorian line with a really thick part of their line. So basically they have a ton of swordsmen attacking this really thin line, and it's an easy way to break up these kind of spaghetti stretch lines. However, with the javelins coming in their back, it's going to be a hard task to survive, just because of the amount of javelin damage that these guys do. They really do hurt, and I mean, it's kind of the benefit of having these dudes just throwing their javelins down. They're going to slaughter them, but maybe more men can come up. As we can see, the attackers outnumber the defenders so heavily, but it's kind of really, you know, they have to use their numbers. Okay, here we're starting to get some volley fire now as well. Give them a volley. You can see the Athenian Rangers using their marksmanship to pick away, and this is what this fortress is all about for the defenders. As you just see, you know, battalions of Uruk-hai mounting up them walls and pushing their way into the city. We have some Uruk crossbowmen as well, which are going to be probably clearing out the walls. But again, the Gondorians have plenty of defenders. How's the fight over here going? We haven't actually looked at this yet. A small fight here and there, very back and forth as the men of Harad come closer and closer. This battle is awesome. Really, really cool. I think, and again, it's just the map, the scale, having 20,000 men plus the custom map. You know, this is the stuff like this that made Third Age as amazing as it was. And I'm hoping, you know, map makers can keep on making really cool siege maps like this, because they are a joy to go ahead and cast. And hopefully you guys enjoy this world. And if you are, please make sure to drop a like and a comment. You know, if you normally watch my videos and you're like, yeah, that's pretty cool, but you don't normally drop a like and a comment, I'd appreciate it if you could this time, because that way more people will just see simply how awesome this map is. The Uruk-hai have brought up some of their shortbow archers. Don't know why I call them archmen. You can already tell it's going to be a long replay when you're already saying stuff like that. They brought up their archers, and they're going to be just basically pinning away at the defenders, trying to weaken them up so that the next assault can prevail, because it seems like the Gondorians have managed to defend this one quite nicely. But as you can see, you know, gaps are appearing in their battle line, so you could see this unit getting completely surrounded. But there's also a lot of cavalry as well. Knights of the Silver Swan making their way out, maybe trying to kill some of these archers. And there's not an awful lot of infantry over here either, so it's quite, you know, the cavalry could easily dispatch these guys and move on. Again, we're getting more volleys. Also, don't know what this unit of Gondorians is doing. I'm hoping the battle hasn't desynced, because that would suck a ton. A lot of the time when units just kind of stand around, the battle's desynced. But let's hope that this unit has just literally been forgotten about, and will be okay. As we do get another cavalry charge right now. Oh, that's a beautiful cavalry charge by the Knights of the Silver Swan, running through these archers. And that's one of the problems of these massive battles is, I'm sure, yeah, there you go, it's moving, thank God. That's good to see. That's one of the problems, though, with these massive battles where you're fighting in what is 4 different quadrants, is your micro will suffer because, yeah, you know, the Gondorians got a good charge here, but I imagine the attackers were looking, you know, over here, seeing what they can do there to take on the defenders, and same over here as well, as we're getting a huge push through the city right now. So many Uruks flying their way forward. There's a few Gondorians who have been backed up against the wall with no escape. But they will take down as many of the enemy as they can before dying. Brave sons of Gondor, hold your line. We are getting a very good archer position right here as well. I mean, that's what this fortress is all about, right? Is these great archer positions which can really give the defenders a chance in this battle. I mean, look at them volleys going out. But also, they're running out of ammunition as well, which is a little bit scary. Over on this other side, though, the cavalry for the... Is it Eastland Cavalry? Or... I know it's actually Harad Lancers. So these guys are great on the charge. But in combat, like in hand-to-hand, these guys are not going to stand a chance against the Knights of the Silver Swan. They're just far better trained and equipped to deal with them. I mean, you can kind of already see it as the men of Harad are basically in cloth with a little bit of like leather armor on. Whereas the Knights of the Silver Swan are in full plate. Oh, that archer shot coming actually hit this dude right there as well. God damn, what was that? A tower or something? Must have been the tower. I'm surprised we're not getting any more infantry up. I guess this cavalry tried to pass, and then a unit of Uruk, you know, infantry did form up a nice little thick shield wall right here, making it quite hard. Again, though, these archers are getting cut down, and yeah, that's the thing. Because this battle is as big as it is, I mean, just look at the assault right now. Simply committing your men over here is just going to ruin you so hard. Like, committing your men, you have to really be very, very cautious of what you're doing. Really nice move here by the attackers, though, bringing some Harad archers up to help cover these positions. And this is what you really want to do as the attackers in these battles, is always just get your archers on the wall. Because when your archers are on the wall, they can basically just shoot down on the defenders. And there we go, a full-on retreat. The defenders are already retreating. Wow, that's only what? 15 minutes into the replay, and the defenders have already given out this outer garrison post. Yeah, they are just simply falling back, and that's going to allow the attackers to move up their entire army here into this post after killing these last couple pockets of resistance. The rear guard who decided to stand behind and keep these guys at bay. That guy just gets slaughtered on the ground. Wow. They will just buy as much time as possible for the defenders to fall back. Brave, brave men. And over on this side as well, we have a unit of spearmen. Now, obviously, these guys will hold quite nicely. But again, their time will come as more and more Eastlings fly into the city. This dude is like burning from the tower, I would assume. But the tower is, yeah, the gatehouse is also being taken, which will allow the evil side to bring up more and more soldiers into the battle. However, the Knights of the Silver Swan have basically cleared this up and not too many casualties. They've basically lost this entire unit down to 30. This one's still pretty healthy, and this one's down pretty low as well. So they basically gave up half their cavalry to buy loads of time for this side of the battlefield, which is not bad whatsoever. Over in the main assault, though, as well, over here, we can see the artillery coming in along with the archers. But the thing is, you got to remember this as well, is that the Gondorians only have so much ammunition, right? Eventually, they will run out. And when they do, it's going to be kind of, that's going to be where Isengard will shine. Also, look how amazing that looks up there. Seeing the Gondorian trebuchets up there in the architecture is just absolutely awesome. It really, really is. And this is what I'm saying. Destroying these parts of a wall could have been really good. I'm not sure if you can. I think you can because it says you can. But just imagine right now if they have artillery left, maybe. I'm not sure if they do. But if they do, saving the ammunition, breaking down this part of a wall, and then rushing forward would have just been amazing because you could have opened up the city assault very, very nicely. And you can see these archers trying their best to avoid the missile fire, bring up more infantry. They have their own missiles as well. Oh my god, how is this unit still alive? I think it's maybe because, yeah, they can't get down, maybe? Yeah, but maybe they can't even get down. They can get down over here, but there's no need. If they can just keep on shooting, then why not? We do have some Eastling archers up here, though, as well. And this huge amount of crossbows. Not really sure what the crossbows are shooting at, but at something. A few of the Gondorians who are scattered up here. But yeah, anyway, the Gondorians have fallen back, and that's going to see the entire Isengard army, or evil army, I should say, fly into the city. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to cut ahead to when the forces are ready for the next stage of the assault, as I imagine the next couple minutes will simply just be, people moving into position. However, if anything crazy does happen, I will bring that to you guys as well. Okay guys, we're actually getting a pretty big play right here by the defenders. They're throwing out their Swan Knights, what remain from the other engagement, out into the attackers right here, trying to kill some missiles. However, they're running right into this kill zone by the crossbows, and the Uric crossbows will mince these guys down to pieces because of their great armor piercing. So even though this was a really good plan to break out and maybe kill the archers or crossbows early, they're kind of leaving themselves extremely vulnerable. And I imagine this crossbow fire as well will just completely demolish them right now. They just need a fire, but if the Swan Knights are allowed to kill, they'll kill these archers. But if these crossbows can shoot, which I'm hoping they will, they'll kill these Knights of the Silver Swan so quickly. We also had a minor assault over here on the Gondor spear line, but it didn't really, come to much. They're going to just be, picking away at it, trying to take it down. They have, however, taken the gatehouse over here, which is good. And as you can see, lots and lots and lots of these infantry being brought into the city now. So that's to simply reinforce it, which is nice. More cavalry being brought up. Yeah, it looks like that this part of the city has been kind of neglected. So they could go for a big push. If they brought all this infantry up, they could try and break through this position, and that would open up the rest of the city quite nicely. The Gondorians have formed up on the walls, though, the inner walls, with a lot of infantry, so that's going to be very beneficial for them. They still have lots of archers up here as well, and a small infantry engagement. Are these crossbows shooting yet? They're not. Maybe they can't shoot. Yeah, maybe they're just having trouble killing them. But, I mean, even still, it looks like the Knights of the Silver Swan are struggling a little bit. Wait, are they just ignoring these guys? Hello? There's Knights of the Silver Swan right here. Maybe they're getting out of the way for the crossbows? Not really sure what's going on here. The Knights of the Silver Swan are like, okay, we'll kill you then? Maybe they're being brought up. Also, what the hell is that? Oh, more of a wall being destroyed? Oh, because they captured the gates, probably. We're seeing more of the towers being destroyed. Yeah, I don't really know what's going on here. I feel like that these guys should be getting focused. Maybe these guys will turn and shoot them. That seems very, very curious to me. I'm not quite sure what's going on there. Hopefully, as I said, no desyncs are happening in this battle, because it would really, really suck if they did. But we do have the next charge right now hitting the Gondorians as they defend bravely their inner walls. Because after this, they don't really have a lot left to defend. Obviously, they can fall back through the streets, and I imagine heavy street fighting will occur. But then after that, you know, they just got this long path back here, and then these inner walls, and it's not really a lot. I mean, the archers, though, however, can harass the attackers quite nicely. You have a load of Aphelion archers. You can just hit the attackers the entire way up to this inner wall. That'd be really, really cool. I also love this, like, kind of district area right here, which is created by, like, these gaps. That's really nice. Having some roads in the city would be cool as well. I mean, obviously this is the desert and stuff, but even having, you know, some light paved roads going throughout the city would also be kind of cool to kind of give a bit more of that, you know, feel that this was that city that was lived in. Oh yeah, we are seeing exactly what I just said. A big formation set up now. They've seen that the defenders have kind of reduced their defense right here, and they could easily smash through here with some Uruk heavy infantry and also some half-orc axes. The half-orc axes will just slice these guys down. The Gondorians, though, looking very, very clean in their shield wall, ready to defend this position. But if this place crumbles and this defense opens up, the attackers could just ravage the city really, really effectively. So they do need to keep an eye on this, and they do need to prepare themselves if the worst case scenario does occur. Still more infantry just pouring into the city. I'm also getting a unit of cavalry out here. Yeah, unit of cavalry. Oh, here we go. Is this going to explode? They need to be careful, because this thing can kill a lot of their own men. But these are sappers. These are basically, if you have never seen them before, these guys are basically like the rise. I'm actually going to zoom out in case it crashes because they explode. These guys are like the sappers in Helm's Deep that blow up the wall. That's what they're supposed to represent. So if they do explode, they can basically destroy this entire wall line and kill everything in its blast radius. They're actually insane. So I'm actually going to just keep a quick eye on them right now, because I'm excited to see what they can do. Because, yeah, as I said, they'll kill all of this. They'll just blow it up. It's a really, really cool unit. You know, it'd be nice if there was like a way to set up like a siege equipment to be a mine and then use these guys to ignite them. And maybe that will come later on. But are they just going in? Oh, please explode, please explode. Are they going to explode? Come on, explode. Oh, they're not going off. They are quite tricky to use, I know that. I mean, we're going to stick around here anyway, because if they do explode, it's going to be insane. And if they don't, then I'm sorry, it will be really anticlimactic. I hope they do. I really, really hope they do, because they'll kill so much if they do. The Knights of the Silver Swan are still finally going down, which is, you know, it took a little while for them to be killed, but now they have. That's good. Oh my god, just explode already. We're going to have to stick around here, because I want to see if they do or not. As I said, they're kind of tricky to use. They don't always go off. So maybe this is just a situation where they don't explode. But when you see them on the, if you see me play the movie size Helm's Deep before, you'll know how explosive they are. They basically kill everything in the deeping wall. It's crazy. So yeah, as I said, I really, really hope they do. I also want to see the rest of the map and see how everyone else is doing. So you can see the main assault coming off over here. Very effectively, they've taken this entire garrison post. Now they're simply moving on to the next one. It'd be good if they had some more artillery left to clear out these walls, make another breach, make it a little bit easier. I think that's something you have to do in these like multi-walled cities. Is, you know, save your artillery, bring enough artillery to smash down the next layer of walls. Because normally the first layer of walls is quite easy to take. Oh, they're going off. Oh, what? That was. Have they nerfed them? Have they nerfed the sappers? Oh, that was balling. in the previous version of the Sappers, they would blow up so much. That was anticlimactic. I apologize, I hyped them up. In the old version, they'd blow up like all of this, like in this blast area. Probably everything on screen right now would be dead if they were like the old version. I'm kind of sad they're not. That's a great unit to like blow up walls and stuff. How upsetting. But it looks like the Gondorians have repelled this assault. We're going to have to get more and more infantry being brought up. I say that, there's not really that much infantry left. There's a couple units of infantry out here. I don't really know what the hell they're doing. They need to be brought up to this fight ASAP. But yeah, it looks like there's not really a lot out here. But also, there's not a lot of defenders left as well. You got to remember that. Like, it might not look like the attackers have much, but they have a lot of bowmen, which they can use to shoot the enemy down whilst this next assault is coming. I'm not really quite sure what these guys are planning on doing, like how they're planning on breaking through this position. Maybe they're looking for this assault to kick off, and if these guys break through, then they'll obviously, then they'll go and like open the gates from inside. They could be trying to do like a Troy maneuver here, which again would not be a poor decision whatsoever. We'll get a nice little zoom in on here. So if you guys have never seen the half-orc axes before, they're a great unit at breaking up these kind of packed in shield walls. That's what we're really designed for, is just killing spear infantry and like removing that shield defense. We have some of them Amphibian Rangers back there as well, shooting a couple shots. Have I got... Just wanted to make sure I'd see if I had my filter on or not. I did not. I don't think it looks very nice. It doesn't look very nice on this map. Yeah, it's just too dark. It does look kind of cool though. Oh, you guys can't even see it because I'm on game capture. Yeah, my bad. So just ignore what I just said there. This cavalry is kind of like the last bastion as well. There's 2 units of Knights of the Silver Swan who are going to have to go in. Banter power has shifted a little bit in favour of the defenders. However, I think if they can break down this position, they can quickly run up here and, you know, there's nothing left really for them. So that's what I'm saying. If they would have had some artillery left, maybe this breach in here, they could have just flown through. These archers as well have probably got so many kills. 224 kills, not bad. We are getting more engagement here as some half-orc axes actually come off the wall to engage the spearmen with the Harad general, or the Eastling general even, up here as well. He needs to be a bit careful as he's trying to path his way through the city and attack them. Lots of archers as well as waiting for the opportunity to come into the city. Are they going to burn down? Oh, they're actually going to try and burn down the gates. Or are they just charging through? Oh, they can capture the gate from out here. Okay. This is kind of, I think, a necessity. It's kind of a bit annoying, right? Oh, they're actually going to stop capturing it. How annoying. Oh, and this part of the wall is so close to going down. Do they not have anything to finish it off? Their artillery back here. If you have artillery, just bring up this artillery and smash down the wall. It's so important. Wow. This has not been fought through whatsoever by the defenders. Yeah, by the attackers even. They needed this artillery inside the city right now to smash down this wall. It's an 80%. I don't even know how it got this destroyed. But it needs to be taken down. Maybe it goes down. I mean, the gates have now been taken, at least on this side. Don't know what that does. Does it just allow them through? Then what's this then? This is probably the towers? Yeah, this is the tower and this must be the gate. Okay, so the attackers can break their way forward now. And I imagine this army is simply just biding its time, shooting at what it can, but it's really waiting for the other forces to break up. And this is like the pivotal moment right now. If this side falls, then it will open up the entirety of the city for these attackers to come forward and, you know, put the pressure on Gondor. Number-wise, we can see that there has been huge casualties on both sides. Wow, the attackers have lost almost 7,000 men already. That's pretty crazy. The defenders losing, you know, only 2,500 really. Yeah, just over 2,500, just under 2,500. So, yeah, at the moment, the defenders are doing a great job. I feel like it's maybe just a bit like miscommunication by the attackers. Because if they could have had this artillery inside the city early on, they could have broken up this entire wall and then just pushed forward, you know, with infantry. Same over here as well. If maybe they delayed their attack a little bit and brought men back or saved their artillery to break down these wall parts, that could have been really, really useful for them. Oh, yeah, look at this trebuchet as well. The trebuchet is actually almost dead. I wonder if it can shoot round or not. Because it'd be good to start, you know, raining in shots down there. I assume it probably just can't shoot anymore, unfortunately. It does seem like the Gondorians are out of ammunition and they're just being shot to pieces right now. as the attackers on this side don't really have a lot of missiles left, they're probably just going to be using their missiles to soften these guys up for the main assault force that is still left alive over here. And again, oh my god, look at them archers. This is just murdering these Gondorians. They do not stand a chance. They do, however, have some Fountain Guard formed up at the gatehouse, as we have more Gondorians advancing forward into position. Defend the city at all costs, boys. Defend the city, or they're going to be getting shot to hell as well. Yeah, you guys need to form up a shield wall or something. Oh, artillery coming up. Oh, was it friendly artillery, do you guys think? That was destroying this wall? Maybe. Oh my god, if the friendly artillery takes us down, that's going to be crazy. Also, I think it's crazy how these artillery pieces haven't, at least one hasn't been brought up. Also, I don't know what this battering ram is doing. I mean, the siege tower. I think the siege tower is trying to get into the city, but there's no breach point and it can't go through the gate. So they need to destroy one of these gatehouses, and then the siege tower could have been brought up. I mean, again, bringing up siege towers, what would have been good here is to save a couple siege towers as well, to bring up and you know, throw the siege towers up here. That would have been really cool to see, actually. We are getting of cavalry, though. Is this heavy cavalry? No, again, this is light Harad cavalry, which I just don't think is going to be able to handle too much of the Knights of the Silver Swan, honestly. I feel like the Knights of the Silver Swan are just so, you know, better equipped to fight these guys. But maybe they're a sacrificial lamb. All that artillery shots. Wow. That is some big artillery. As more cavalry turn up to this fight. Yeah. The Forces of Evil are trying to bring up more crossbows into the city to help them out. But, I mean, like, get better shots off, you know, shoot directly at the enemy here. The artillery round just found its mark. We're also getting more archer fire coming in as well. Yeah, look how many burnt Uruks are here. God damn, that's a lot from like 1 or 2 shots. I'm pretty scared to see what the next one can do. Oh my god, I just want this part of this wall to go down. Someone shoot it for the love of God. But here we go. Actually, a really big breach point now has occurred. The Uruks are charging forward with full glory. And there's only, what, a unit of Axemen and a couple units of Silver Swan cavalry to stop these guys. And these Axemen aren't really equipped to deal with horses, so even if they are kind of light, the cavalry will just break its way into the city. You know, maybe go after these javelinmen, these Pelagian Marines, because they can do a lot of damage, and they might just be really, really vulnerable right now. They kind of back themselves into a corner. These Gondorians are rushing. They've been given the order, like, men, get over to the left wall quickly. I guess it's like the east wall if we're looking out there. The west, maybe, yeah, it's probably best looking here, though, because, yeah, the east wall. Because that's like the west wall over there, the east wall here. They're like, quickly, get over to the breach. We need to reinforce. They just come around the corner, and they just see, you know, Gondorians fleeing for their lives. Enemy cavalry and Urukai just cutting down their brethren. Actually, quite a lot of infantry has actually been brought up to this fight. Some archers who no longer have ammunition as well. Oh my god, this is triggering me so much. Just bring up this artillery, please. For the love of God, maybe they can't get them through the wall. If you can't get them through the wall, just make a breach point and then advance. Oh, please, please get in here and destroy this wall. It's hurting me. It's paining me inside. The Gondorians have gone for a little bit of a charge out here, and they've actually managed to engage away against the crossbowmen. The Harad Lancers left these guys to die, which is not a good scenario. You want these guys to be defended. So at this point in the battle where, you know, numbers are starting to become a little bit crucial, you need every man and every bow you can get, because these crossbows can do some horrific damage if left alone. And it seems like the Gondorians are going to hold this secondary wall quite effectively. There's also a fairly big engagement out here, as actually some spearmen have engaged against the cavalry, which again, it's not good for the Harad horsemen. Seems like the players of Evil are just kind of making a few mistakes here and there with these like infantry back here, which would be vital, letting their crossbows get hit. You know, what ideally is what you want to have happen is you want to get your crossbows like on this wall, and then you can just shoot down on the attackers right here. Obviously, you leave yourself vulnerable to these archers, but it's better than getting cut down by enemy cavalry right now. The gatehouse has also been, I guess, now engaged, but they're fighting, you know, Fountain Guard pikes along with some swordsmen in the front line. I doubt this is going to go well for them. Really, the only beacon of hope for taking this fortress is this out here. And it seems like even then they're kind of struggling quite heavily. That Harad cavalry is trying to charge forward onto the pikemen back there. But getting beaten down, obviously running through spearmen is not a good idea at all. unfortunately. More infantry making their way around the flank. This is good by the attackers. I mean, don't go after them swordsmen. Just surround this unit of spears. And then countercharge if Gondor bring over more. It does look like Gondor have brought up a lot more infantry though as well. Yeah, you got swordsmen back there. You got some of the Diamroth spear halberds as well. Yeah, some Diamroth spearmen getting over here as well. Actually going to run into position now. Quickly form up. If only this breach point was open. Think of all this infantry that could pour into the city. You can tell I'm so triggered by it. Okay, guys, we're going to skip ahead a little bit until more of the forces are, like, until this assault's really kicking off. And I'll bring back if anything crazy over here happens. Oh, big action just going on over here. Sorry, I was just about to click on pause, and then the enemy general actually ended up dying, which is pretty goddamn bad. Yeah, so this entire assault army is basically just broken away, and it's going to leave this last Mordor army just really alone by itself, because now that this army has basically been completely wiped out besides what looks like one unit of infantry who's still left remaining on the walls right there. And obviously these guys back here who are just, again, standing here not doing anything. I don't know what they're up to. But yeah, this is pretty catastrophic for the attackers, because now they've lost their side threat. There's nothing these guys have to worry about. They can basically remaneuver their entire army back to defend these positions. And then here we have it as well. We do have the Gondorians fighting quite bravely against the Eastlings as they charge forward onto the pikes of the Fountain Guard. The balance of power is still even, and at this point that's not awful for the attackers. They honestly need to try and break forward elsewhere. And as we've been saying, it seems like the far left-hand side is going to be where that does happen. If they can simply break through that position, on the left they can envelop these guys. But now that the attackers don't have to worry about the defenders, have to worry about the position over here, they can commit their army elsewhere, bring it back and defend this position. But they might be a little bit late, actually. Yeah, here we go. There's a lot of attackers clumped up here, and they could easily surround them if they wanted to. Yeah, they have all of this left. Just bring these bad boys up. Don't really know what these guys are doing either. Like, I really hope that the players are just a little bit bad, and that this hasn't desynced, because this would really suck if this battle has desynced. Doesn't seem like it has. It seems like it's still playing fine. But maybe that would explain why a few things back there have happened. But let's just play this as if it hasn't. And maybe expect that these players are a little bit new to the game. There you go, Morok's charging forward, trying to get in the face. Have they routed? No, they haven't routed. They're just, they're getting cut down. What the hell is happening here? They're getting slaughtered. Why are they running through this unit? They're going to get cut to pieces. Maybe a movement order has been given? Yeah, a movement order has been given over here. They're going to be getting slaughtered. We do actually have some, though. We have some berserkers cutting down this cavalry. Berserkers actually do surprisingly well against heavy knights, as you can see. They are doing a pretty nice job at killing them. For the balance of power, 25 minutes left in this battle, and the balance of power is in favor of the defenders. That cannot be good. And there you go. It looks like the defenders have won here as well. So I don't really see how this battle, the assault just has not gone through here. They need this artillery. Finally! The artillery's... Oh, they've dropped the artillery pieces. What? What's going on? And also, someone please move these guys into battle. It's painful seeing that. Yeah, I don't know why the artillery pieces dropped. Maybe they did run out of ammunition. It just showed that they didn't. Maybe everything's going to go in for one last final assault. But once again, let's skip ahead and see what goes down. Sauron's army has made one last push into the city, and they are actually making a bit of progress. You can see the Fountain Guard have actually been broken back a little bit as these Easterling warriors are getting in close quarter combat with them and really proving their worth with that shield, whereas the Fountain Guard have to drop their pikes and it leaves them quite vulnerable. And the men are struggling. Over on the right-hand side as well, you can see that, it looks like Gondor have basically cleaned these guys up. There's a couple units of axemen still left remaining, but really, really struggling to do anything of worth, unfortunately. Again, some good kills, but it's oh, that guy just got his head lopped off. There's also one unit, for some reason, of swordsmen all the way out here not doing anything. Again, this does kind of suggest that there has been a desync. Maybe there's just like, they're trying to assault this, but they just don't really have the men to do anything. More and more infantry. Oh, and this is actually a really nice move here by the Pelagian Marines. They've brought up some Marines to throw javelins into the gap. Oh, there we go. The towers have finally gone down with the gates, or the towers actually being captured back here by the flag point. And again, this is painful. Seeing a fort wall right here with 80% damage done. Imagine if they had another breach point here, or maybe one, like, some are indestructible, but these aren't. Any of these breach points would have been huge for the attackers. And I think if this battle is done again, now that the players have actually played on this map, I think they will definitely do a much better job at overwhelming the defenders here. Again, what the hell has happened out there?
The enemy refuses to admit defeat.
As I said, I assume it's a desync, but normally the desyncs don't affect the battle hugely. Like, this has still been a good enough battle, especially when I edit it down a little bit. It's a shame that sometimes these custom replays do this. And that's why I do ask you guys, if you are sending me in custom replays, I'd really appreciate it if you could watch the battle back first, just to ensure it did happen. Because, like, this one's been good regardless if a desync has happened or not. However, some can be really bad and detrimental to the battle. Like, normally when you don't have these units moving, it just kind of means that, I mean, but these ones are moving, so maybe, like, I don't want to be rude, maybe the players just aren't as good at using, I mean, there's a lot of units, right? Each player is controlling 40 units. Maybe the players are just being a little bit, you know, poor with their micro. I hope that's the case, as mean as that does sound. I hope it's the case if the battle didn't desync. But yeah, I mean, it does seem kind of weird that we just have units sticking out here. You know, units on the wall and stuff just standing. They can definitely get down as well. Maybe this is it. At least maybe with these units here. Sometimes the custom walls do glitch out, so I'm hoping that that's the case. But we are getting the floodgates being opened now as all the Uruk-hai, all the Easterlings charge flying right forward to take this city down. This artillery crew, again, like, it's just weird stuff like this, right? They're just not doing much, but it does seem like the Forces of Evil have made a little bit of progress. We've also got this unit of Axemen just charging up this wall, and you have like a unit of archers just ready to pick them apart. I mean, look at that. These brave berserkers. Are they going to volley? Are they going to give them a volley? I'm not sure. They're just going to stare at them for a little bit, save their ammunition. Yeah, that unit's not going to do too well. And also you have this overlook as well. Yeah, there's no way, like, the evil forces can win, because look at this. All the way back here, you have all of these men still. The attackers definitely needed more men, or the defenders needed less, because, yeah, this was just, you know, really... If the defenders have this much left, they were always planning on winning. We'll zoom in over here, though, and watch the fighting unfold. It does look cool, nonetheless. Like, having the Gondorian architecture in a really well-crafted map like this is cool, nonetheless. And as you can see, a lot of these Eastling units are wielding maces, which are great armor-piercing weapons. Oh, that dude just got chucked over the shield! Wow! So there's some really cool animations in Attila. And I think we're using one of the animation mods that adds in a lot of the animations that were removed from the game before launch, but still in the files. So that's why you might see a few cool animations which you might not have seen before. Like that one right there. Oh, he just punched his head and stabbed him in the shoulder. Wow. Yeah, like animations like that. I don't know why they were removed, but I know a bunch were. But they were still in the file, so I think this mod brings them back to life. But that was really cool. Maybe not. Maybe they aren't modded in. But again, let's go ahead. This battle is basically over. Let's skip ahead until the final stand does occur. Okay, guys, so the final assault has now begun. The last remaining forces, the last push for the attackers has come. They are all or nothing right now as they break through this unit of Gondorian soldiers has rallied forward. They've also managed to get a unit of infantry up here to kill some of these archers. However, they are struggling heavily, charging against some... Oh my god. Yeah, they're charging... Oh, look at that. It's so cool. The units who just get picked out the air from pikes. I love that kill animation. It's so cool. But yeah, Citadel Guard up here, supported by Fountain Guard. I don't see this battle going anywhere close to in favor of the attackers. Again, look at that Gondorian temple back there as well. It's very cool. I mean, again, I think this is more of an Attila. Yeah, this is like a Roman temple. There you go. But I mean, it looks cool nonetheless. It's like a nice centerpiece for the map. Indeed. But they're going to be making their last little stand up here. Once they kill this Gondorian unit, and it's not like there's a ton left for Gondor. But there's still 2,800 men, right? And the attackers only have 1,200. It was unfortunate because I really felt like the attackers had a lot of men, but I just needed more, right? The defenders needed to have less. But it's always so hard when you're playing these battles for the first time to actually balance them correctly. I also don't know what's going on here. For some reason, the attackers keep on pulling forward their men, and they're getting cut down because of it. They're basically just running with their hands down. And as you can see, they're getting slaughtered. Like, this has hurt them quite a few times. The Gondorians are simply just going to be loving it. They also have these towers up here as well. So I think the battle is basically over. We'll triple speed the last 4 minutes of it. We'll talk about the overall battle. So I think something that would have really have helped the attackers is if they would have gone ahead and broken down these parts of the walls, at least on this side, because then they could have flown them through it. Also, it would not have been a bad idea either to go ahead and like hold off from this assault until this outer wall is taken down. And then once they'd secured this part of the wall, then this assault can begin. And that would kind of maybe stagger the defenders. And then, you know, stretch them a little bit more because they'd have to worry about this part of the wall, this part of the wall, and that part of the wall all at the same time. However, in this battle, the defenders could really, you know, take these battles bit by bit without really connecting them too much. Also, as I said, destroying this part of the wall and definitely destroying this part of the wall was pretty crucial. And putting up, you know, more of an aggressive start over here. So yeah, I don't know if this battle was desynced. Maybe people who could play it would tell me down below in the comments, because all of these guys are just like standing here. We have these artillery crew just standing there and dudes on the wall. As I said, I hope it has been desynced. Actually, no, I hope the battle was just played by, I don't know, like it just seems kind of weird. But I mean, nonetheless, it's still been a really good battle. If it was bad, I just wouldn't upload it, but it has been pretty good throughout the entire engagement. And the main thing is about the custom map anyway. And so if you guys want to be a part, if you want one, if you made it to this part of the video, I appreciate you guys massively. So thank you guys massively for that. Yeah, look, and also not everyone routes, so it's just a close defeat. We can normally tell if it has been desynced because the kills don't show up. Yeah, so fuck. The battle was unfortunately desynced. That's really annoying. And in future, I'd appreciate it if you guys did play this battle, if you could go ahead and watch a replay just to ensure it wasn't desynced, because, you know, stuff like that happens. Now, I don't think it really affected the battle too much. The battle overall seemed pretty good with the cool custom map, but yeah, in future, if you guys could watch the replay back just to triple check that it has not been desynced, because obviously in some cases the entire battle is ruined. Luckily that one wasn't the case. But yeah, I mean, you can always just leave it on, skip to the end and see if these numbers are like this, because if kills don't show up, it means the battle was desynced, unfortunately. But yeah, anyway, that was still a cool battle. It was mainly about the map. The map was absolutely awesome, and maybe we can get another battle on this map in future, which wouldn't have desynced. So if you guys want to be a part of that, be sure to join the Discord. The link will be down below in the description. Also, go ahead and drop a like and a comment and subscribe if you haven't already. So I'll see you guys in the next one.